afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you get to join us. This is Russell Institute of Learning Sidebar Education, and I'm Dr. Jan. Well, as we get started today, our topic is going to be the hard student conversations. And I guess it becomes my thought today because I knew I was going to be having a hard conversation with a student today. And often throughout my teaching career, I've had to have those, and they make me a little nervous because I'm not wanting the child or student to feel like I'm picking on them. But because I spend so much time with them, I realize that they are winding up doing something that could be jeopardizing their learning. And not only jeopardizing their learning, but maybe their ability to get along with other students. These questions might include, how is your behavior affecting other children? Because I've had students in my class who will they lag behind, they don't go out, and I don't want to go play. And I'll say, why? Well, nobody likes me. I can't ignore that. And so, then I say, why do you think? Well, they do this and they do that. And when I've noticed that in the classroom, they're not very nice to those people around them. And remember, there is bullying and we do not allow it. It is unacceptable. Then there are times where people they're just unkind. And I don't know how to explain it until you have seen it in its own context. That, if you're frowning at somebody and you look over it and they're frowning at you, you might frown back. So there are some behaviors that have nothing to do with bullying. It may have everything to do with maybe you are a wallflower and you think everybody's talking about you. So maybe you start and say things or do things to get attention or to deflect the attention. Again, I'm not talking about any specific, but when a child says to me, they don't like me, I can't ignore it. And I have to start a conversation. And sometimes my conversation with that student may not be very comfortable. One, for me, I'm not their parent, and I'm not trying to take away the role as a parent. But the other is the student may not always want to hear what I have to say. So again, I have a counseling background. I am so thankful. God prepared me in so many ways for the jobs I do, that in the counseling field, I really have to ask the right question. And so there was a student today that's triggered me knowing it was going to be a tough conversation. And this one is your achievement in class. Is it because you are really having a struggling time and can't do the work? Is it because you don't want to do the work? Or are there some other issues which, there are learning disabilities that can impact a student's ability to learn? Not that they are incapable of learning. They're very smart, but it may mean they have to take some other options. So it was great. Because I think in the thought process, and I was truly in prayer because I don't want any child to then not like school or feel that a teacher is picking on them. So when we had this private conversation, it was their turn to dial in, talk to Mrs. Russell on the Zoom. And I just asked them, they had missed class, and I said, did you get to see the homework that was posted? And they said yes. And I said, well, what did you think? Well, I'm working on the easiest first. I said, well, I'm so glad you brought that up. My question is, why do you start with the easiest? And, when you start with the easiest, that means you leave the hardest. And I was able to have this conversation. And we talked almost 15, 20 minutes. And it went from one stage and got deeper and deeper. And for me as a person, as a student, when I was their age, 5th, 6th grade, maybe up through 9th grade, I would always leave the hard work till last. Well, I have come to find that let me get the hardest work done first because I have more energy, more mental capacity. And if you do the easy first, and you save the harder to last, then you're so tired you can't think. So if it's hard in the first place, you now make it double hard. So we talked about, maybe you could do this. And then I asked some other questions. And it came down to, hey, don't do the whole assignment without calling me. I said, you know what? If on question number 1, you need to contact me to get clarification, call me. If you need to call me on question number 2, call me. If you need to ask me a question on question 3, call me. You're not bothering me. Because I said the frustration that you build for yourself if you wait and you've done the whole assignment, you turn it in and we try to give you corrections and then you still can't. You know what? Call me every question along the way. And so we ended with a smile, a laugh, a heartiness that I want every child to know they are capable. That's in my teaching philosophy. I believe every child has the capacity to learn. Now, is every student's capacity at the same level? Probably not. And it doesn't even have to be a biological reason. It could be upbringing. It could be just all kinds of things. And that goes back to my research in characteristics of contemporary middle schools. That these standardized tests, I'm really opposed to them, because who are they standardized by? And if you didn't have the same upbringing or background as the people who standardized it, you could miss it, get a poor score, and it has nothing to reflect of your intelligence or your capability. It's just I didn't know it, and I didn't have the opportunity to know it. And so today's topic is having those hard conversations with students. And so back to my child who is not getting along with others. I said, you know what I want you to do? I want you to start to smile. If you see me smile at you, smile. If I give you a wink, I know you're doing a great job. And you know what? That child is no longer a child. I've seen them 3, 4, 5 years later. They are blossomed and bloomed. They're on track. And it makes me think, I don't know. Was it the conversation we had one day in the corner of the class when everybody else was gone? We don't know. But as teachers, educators, leaders, even parents, or even grandparents, we need to allow our children to express the emotions they have without feeling that they are being attacked or judged. And then we need to nurture them through questioning and redirecting so that they trust us. Because maybe there will be a harder question or a harder situation that may come in their life. And then they will feel free and safe to come back and to talk to you. I'm glad you joined me today. I'm Dr. Jan, and this is Russell Institute of Learning, Sidebar Education. And I hope you come and join us every day. And please like, follow, share, comment. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.